I think so often in the church now, discipleship has been a theory, or we're looking for the silver bullet, like, okay, we got this next book, this next DVD series, we're going to finally have it figured out. But that the reality is, and Pope Francis speaks to this, that evangelization discipleship consists mostly of taking the constraints of time off of how we perceive our life to be. And I think that happens in our personal apostolate and our life in the parish. So I think that leads us perfectly into that next piece. You know, Jesus says, what are you looking for? And then he starts to, hear from his disciples. And then eventually he says, come follow me. And that's the bit where we talk about accompaniment. What does it look like in the context of our life as followers of Jesus in the context of a parish? And I think that's what it is. You talk about the most radical thing we can do nowadays is just look up from our phone, just be present and be available, and then be very intentional about our lives. I've heard it stated very, very well is that the first disciples of Jesus would wake up every morning and look across the fire that they camped around the night before and look at Jesus and say, where are we going today? Yeah. What are we doing today? And that is that part where we start to think about the intentionality of our life, where we start to accompany someone or a group of people that God has put in our midst to show them the life of Jesus. One of my favorite passages from 1 Thessalonians 2:8 is that I desire to not only share the gospel of God, but my very self. And that is a foundational aspect of discipleship, is you're opening up your life, not only the gospel, but hey, come into my house and come have dinner with my family. My wife has an amazing gift of hospitality, and she's used that to bring people closer to Jesus. Come into my house, let me cook you dinner. Let me make you feel welcome. Let me take you out for coffee. And there's those encounters that we have in our lives from day to day, but also at the parish. You're at donuts after Mass. The women's planning meeting, where we're creating opportunities to be intentional about how we accompany someone.